I've had an email. Hi Jack, love the videos, please keep them coming. Today's request is, can you show me the rod and line for single hand spey casting? I'm not new to fly fishing, but I'm new to single hand spey. Please let me know which rod and line to purchase, and also add a video with a few tips and tricks. Thanks in advance from Norway, Peter. Right, Peter, you've come to the right place. Today I'm going to do exactly that. It's freezing cold, but I'm not going to let that stop me. I'll get in position, get the rod ready, and I'll show you exactly how to make single hand spey cast. In position, the rod, the 9'6" 6-weight, which I've designed for telemaneflyfish.com. This is an ultra high performing fly rod. Japanese carbon, graphene resin, very, very expensive. Portuguese cork, custom made reel seat for Telemed fly fish. And genuine Fuji guide sets made in Japan. The most expensive and the best guide you can put on any rod, not just fly rods. The line is a presentation line, which I've designed for Telemed fly fish again. It's got a low diameter running line, no memory. It's a twin colour line, and you can see the grey running seamlessly instead of white head length. The colour change is to let the caster know the sweet spot for loading the rod, making the cast. This rod is very efficient, loads very easily. You can get power deep down very easily, has a catapult effect. The rod works for you. You're not relying on brute force and line speed. But yeah, back to the cast. With single spey casting, the key to this is practice, practice, practice. You cannot practice enough. The colour change at the tip of the rod. The head length, the white section, 35 feet long. You get the colour change at the tip, so every cast you're carrying the same weight, the same length of line. The key to the spey cast is on that initial lift, you have to get all that line off the water's surface. And that'll make it clean, that'll make it efficient, that will also keep tension in the cast. You can lift until just the leader is touching. Then you can sweep back to your anchor, which is the line touching the water, D-loop behind you in the cast, that was load on the rod. The rod works very efficiently. As a catapult effect, fires it out. But the key to the anchor is you sweep round, tip of the line, leaves the surface last. On the anchor, the tip line has to kiss down first, just a leader, maybe a foot or two of fly line, keeping it very clean and very efficient, as you can probably see there. Otherwise, if you get too much line down, it sticks. As you can probably see, it's causing disturbance on the surface. Ripping it all off, disturbing the fish, making the cast inefficient because the energy is being wasted, releasing the line from the surface tension. So you can practice, 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 lift, sweep, anchor, cast. What I will say is on the lift, we'll call the finished height of the lift point A. We'll sweep back into point B. You can lift up to point A, sweep back, anchor at point B, let it cast. But that point A to point B, you want level. And then when you make the forward cast, you want it level again to an abrupt high rod stop. That efficiently transfer energy from the rod into the line, make the cast. But the key to that is stop, stop. If you keep it a straight line path, a nice efficient stop, transfer of energy, that will keep everything straight, fire the line out straight, which will give you a tight casting loop, which is efficient. Goes out more efficiently, it's less wind resistant, and it's more accurate. So as you can see, I'll show you again. Just lift, sweep, anchor, cast. It's nice, clean, rolled out spey cast. My lines have no memory. As you can probably see behind me, or on this inside bank, if you can see it, it's frozen. Minus temperatures, still no memory, so it's not got the issues of tangling, making everything efficient again. But it's practice, practice, practice. And then once you've practiced that, you want to practice changing direction. So you can lift up to point A, sweep back to point B, but now to change direction, you want to lift, twist your body, sweep, anchor, and cast. Practice, practice, practice. And then there'll come the time where you want to start getting distance. So you go to the reel, pull more line off, and the key to this is you want to lift up to point A, sweep back, point B, forward stroke, and only when you get to point A, release the shot. So you're keeping tension in the line, lift, sweep, anchor, cast. And you'll very efficiently shoot line out. It should be very easy. As long as the rod, the line complement each other and they're working together, it will be easy. But it takes a lot of practice. Don't think you're just going to pick a rod up and be able to spey cast within 10 minutes, because it's unlikely it'll happen. Practice, practice, practice. Lift, sweep, anchor, cast, release the shot. Very efficiently, out it goes. I did also have a comment saying rods and lines which are good for single hand spey casting were no good for overhead casting. Truth be told, that's a load of rubbish. Like I said before, colour change at the tip of the rod. You're managing the same weight, the same length of line again, so you can do all casts with the same outfit. You can just pick up, smooth, effortlessly cast it out. It's the ultimate all-round outfit. Not limited to spey casting, not limited to overhead casting. A line, when it comes to spey casting, the head length has to be rear weighted, which a lot of lines are very tip heavy. But that's done for a reason. That is designed to load very stiff fly rods, because you need the weight in the cast. So if you want to cast at short range, you need the weight in the very tip of the line. But the issue is you lose presentation, you lose accuracy. I've reversed that. This is what we call a spey taper. So you've got from the tip of the line, you've got a very long, fine front taper to a rear weighted head length. What that does, it presents better because there's less weight, less mass in the last 15 foot of the fly line. And it's rear weighted, which that's what makes good for spey casting, because you can sweep, anchor, cast. The weight is behind you. The rods are very efficient, they load very easily. So you put a power into the butt section, so the rod works for you. Short casting stroke, and you can see just how efficiently that's rolling out. Back to what I was saying before, if you want to get distance, lift, sweep, anchor. That's probably 60, 70 foot cast. Short casting stroke, little effort. The rod's working for you. The rod, the line complement each other. If it's efficient enough, you get more out of the cast with less input. And that's why I've designed this outfit. But then if you want to get a little bit more technical, you can do what you call sustained anchor casts. This one you call a snap tee. Snap it round, low rod tip, sweep it back, out it goes. But then you've got the snake roll cast, anchor, out it goes. You can have fun. It's enjoyment in itself, just the casting, because there's so many different channels you can go down for styles, techniques, and yeah, you can really do it all. But a sweep, one back cast. This is as easy as it gets, guys. Ultimate efficiency. These are very expensive rods to manufacture, but because I'm online only, not going through retail, they're now very affordable. But yeah, back to Peter's email. Appreciate the email, Peter. You asked, I delivered. Thanks for watching, everyone. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you in the next one.